Maybe it takes a while. Okay, I'm live. Okay. Toby, I'm live now, Abby.
Yes,
Toby.
yes, you are. You are.
Oh, I'm hot.
And are you going naked while you're on live?
Eh?
Yeah, taking your clothes off while you're live.
Nobody's on that yet. Oh, 5 people.
Oh, they're waiting. Is it? Nobody's.
Hello, people. Can you hear us? Please let us know if you can hear us. Yvonne, hello. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for coming on.
Hi, everybody.
Please let us know who's there. We don't know who is there. We just know that there are 5 people. Yvonne, thank you for being prompt. Oh, Regina, Reggie, Tochuku, thank you. Thank you all. So should we start our Tata 4 or should we wait for more people? Oh, yeah, hello.
No, let's start. Yes, you can
Okay,
hear loud and clear.
okay. So we have 2 topics today. If we have time, we'll bring up more topics. So the first topic is this trending topic about Toke's pregnancy. And we are happy for her. Yay! I actually am surprised because I thought she said she wasn't planning to have children, that it was just her dog that was her child. Or maybe she was just saying that time and things have changed for her, which is the second topic, how our changes and our needs and change and our needs changes as we age. Because I can swear that when that her book came out, and even before her book came out, she used to carry one chihuahua like that or something. That
The Chihuahua.
used to carry chihuahua, and that was her picking. But now I'm happy for her. I'm happy for for every woman. One thing we have to understand is not everyone that wants to have a child, and we must respect their wishes. And that was what I thought she was. I thought she wanted to be child free, but maybe she's changed her mind, or maybe she was just lying in that time. But I'm happy for her that she's finally going to be a mother, and I wish her a safe pregnancy. Now, Solomon Buchi has chook mouth
Oh my
that
God! I did not realize it was him you were going to talk about. Oh my goodness, our
oh,
Fedora man.
he chook mouth that
Ah,
he's glad for her, but that man, he's the one that makes people drag his wife. Honestly, how much would he be making that will be worth the mental stress, on his wife?
well, but he's complicit now. Wait,
Hmm?
but she's complicit now. She knows the man she married, and she knows that he's controversial like that.
Cho,
So
cho, 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 cho. Let him even
mm,
go and do his controversy in things like the economy of Britain, the prime minister, what is he doing wrong? Instead, it's cho, cho, cho of Nigerian women in Nigeria that don't rep.
but we're talking about him now. So so at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
so,
respect him is the thing about I'm a firm believer in that. I don't put anything on anything that happens on social media, if I'm being honest, because I'm just like, half of the things that are being done because people want people to talk about them. So so the reality is that someone like Toke now, did she have to come out and say she's pregnant? Her choice. But there was going to be a conversation about it when she came out to say whether she wanted children or she didn't want children, and whether or not she's saying God did it or God didn't do it. It's a case of, well, you know what? If you come out onto social media to bring your private business, be expected that we're going to talk about it. It's normal, and we're not always going to have positive things to say because you put yourself in that arena to you get
yeah.
to be talked about. And that's the problem, that everybody, when we say something in the past, you have to remember in the present now. If
And that's
not,
why I always say I may wake up tomorrow and change my mind, so that you
exactly.
won't come and hold me and say she said this. No, I may wake up tomorrow and change my mind. Actually, it's just because it's happening now that I decided that let's have the discussion. But
Mm,
I've always been an advocate of when a girl gets to 35 years old, you know. Oh,
mm.
you said because people will say she bought it. We can still say she used the fake bump now.
Abi, exactly. Did they not say that Barry worry picking? So
Uh,
what are we talking about?
even
People are,
Beyonce now, didn't she say is so we can still say she bought it too. I've always been an advocate that if a woman gets to 35 and is not married, she needs to separate having a husband from having a father of her child. And she
mm,
needs to prioritize having a father of her child over having a husband. And if she doesn't want to separate it, then she should go and freeze her eggs and give herself time so that she
mhm,
won't be in a rush. I've always
absolutely.
been an advocate of that. I don't believe in spirikoko. I don't believe if it's a sin, because it's just one sin if it's a sin. Nobody is totally sinless. You cannot come and judge a woman who decided that her biological clock is running.
Mm, okay.
Okay. Oh, they want her to say how they inserted the injection and that. Knowing Toke, she will talk about it if she wants to talk about it. Nobody can keep Toke's mouth closed if she doesn't want it.
And the thing about it is that I'm happy for her if she's coming out to say this is her journey. I mean, I don't follow her, so I don't follow these people. I
I
don't
don't follow her either. Mm.
not invested enough in any of their lives to be interested. But I'm quite happy that if she's coming out to say, you know what, this is my journey, this is her, because for the people who follow celebrities or follow all these people and make decisions based on what celebrities are doing, I'm kind of like, speak your truth so that people are not held in bondage, because there are people who are sitting in their houses who are like, if God doesn't do it, I'm not going to have a child. And you're like,
Yeah.
but God created the scientists,
Science.
created
They
knowledge of
created the
science.
intelligence.
So you're like, come on, let's be truthful here. If you want a child, go and have a child. Whether you do IVF, whether you do surrogacy, whether it is
If you don't
natural.
want to talk about it, that's fine. But don't come and talk about it and be economical with the truth.
I
You know,
agree.
if you don't want to
Yes.
talk about it, it's your prerogative. Nobody will force you. Nobody will open your mouth. But once you've decided that you are coming out to talk about it,
Say the truth. Let
say
people
the
be
truth.
free.
You
Let
don't
people
even
be.
have to go into total. Just say, that this miraculous conception that I did by assisted conception, no, that God took control. Because there are so many assisted conceptions that don't work. So it's still a miracle that it
Mhm.
worked.
Oh
It's
God,
still a
yeah.
miracle. You are not taking the glory from God by
Mhm.
admitting that.
No,
Sister, see your neck is small. Your neck is so slim compared to my own. Joy.
so that's why you're looking at why you're supposed to be talking about Toke Makinde while you're looking at
Why
my
won't
neck.
my neck? Why won't my neck even be fat when I'm even chopping something?
No, I ate before we came on live. But I think the thing about it, like, even just watching the journey of, what's this lady's name? This one has 10 million viewers. What's her name? Olivia.
Laura. Who's
No,
Olivia?
no. Olivia she has her blog is called Hair Tutorial. So she's going through fertility treatment. So she's pregnant at the moment. So she's one of
Nigeria.
those bloggers. Yeah, she's one of the bloggers that are in Nigeria at the moment. Some bloggers are all coming together to be together in Nigeria for this summer. But anyway, so
Is
she's
she
showing her journey.
Nigerian?
Yeah. But she lives here. She lives in UK.
Okay.
So she's kind of documented her journey, how she was taking her injections and everything. And I respect that, because I'm just like, she didn't have to be, she may not have been pregnant, but she chose to share her journey because she has 10 million followers. And in that 10 million, we know that there are people who are bound by religion to say, oh, you have to wait for God to do it. Or, yeah, that God has to do it. Or you're bound by what people say to say, oh, I must carry my own child instead of doing surrogacy.
But
Or,
can I? Jesus' line came from a prostitute.
but they remember that. Have you not forgotten that religious people are selective?
Jesus' line came from a prostitute. So
They're
God
not
can decide to use God works in mysterious ways. We cannot tell him how to work. So please go on about Olivia.
Yeah, so she's pregnant at the moment, and she's taking us through her journey. And it was nice to see an open, undiluted. I mean, of course, there's some things she'll keep private, obviously, but it was nice to see a holistic, honest approach about her journey. Me, I didn't used to follow her before. She just happened to come up a lot, and I was like, oh, I like this lady. She just simple girl that is just living her life and happens to connect to a lot of people. And it was just nice to see that, okay, she's pregnant now. I didn't even know she had
Fertility
fertility
issues.
challenges, So
Mm.
to even see that, I was like, oh wow, because she has a boy and a girl already. So it was just nice to kind of see. And I wish that a lot of celebrities who are doing these things or people that are online would actually share that properly.
You see, the problem that I have with, will I even say problem? Because does she know me? The thing with Toke that I think, I feel, from when I first knew her from my baby sister. She was like, come and see this girl. She talks like you. Oh. So that time, Toke was like, I think this was like maybe 12, 13, 15 years ago. Toke was
Mm.
like, don't take shit from any man. Don't take bull from any man. I don't take shit from any man. So, only for her to come and only for her to come and release her book, and we come and see that in fact she's taking more than the shit that she's telling other people not to take. So, so it's like she says one thing and is another thing she's doing. Now, I
Mm.
still say if she decides not to tell anybody how she got pregnant, it's her prerogative.
Of
But
course.
but as she has come out to tell us she's pregnant, it would be nice to.
But
Okay,
yeah,
Yvonne said she's never afraid to share her story. She had done some IVFs which failed.
mm. No, I think that's OAD that said that.
Hmm?
It was OAD that said that she's mentioned she's having done IVF that had failed.
Yeah, Yvonne said that.
Mm.
Okay,
So
so we are happy for her.
mm.
And we wish, because it's one thing to be pregnant, it's another thing to carry the pregnancy through and then to have a safe
Exactly.
delivery. So
But
we wish her
but it's
everything
interesting,
in her
yeah, because
journey.
it's because obviously when you mentioned this topic to me, I was thinking, I was like, last week or 2 weeks ago, and people correct me if I'm wrong. Was there not this thing trending, this story about the woman that does skincare, about whether or not she paid someone to do surrogacy and then the baby
Yes,
was
yes, yes, yes,
like
yes.
as he resurrected, the story died. And I was like, Shebi was Jenny Glow. I mean, that's I think that's what she's called.
Yes, yes. I didn't even know what, but I remember they were there.
And I was just like, and I remember thinking about it. I was like, okay, if you did that, I'm like, what's the big deal? Just accept that it's what
Kill
you've
big
done.
deal, kill big deal. Look
I'm like,
at
it's been
Nancy now. Look at Nancy. Nobody killed her.
exactly.
Cora's sister.
Mm.
Nobody killed her when she came out and said, she did surrogacy.
Yeah, but you see, but
Oh,
I think we have two standards because remember, what's her name? Said she, what's her name? What's this lady's name? Diary of a
dang,
Nigerian.
dang,
No, that exactly.
dang.
She said she wanted to have a surrogate, and everybody was up in air about, oh, why
But you
does she
know
want?
why they were up in air with her?
Why?
She doesn't have medical issues. She just said, it's my body and I'm doing surrogacy.
So why does?
Whereas,
But I don't understand. Okay, see now, this is where I don't understand though. Not I'm trying to resurrect an old topic, but why can't she? Is it not why must it? Why
what's
must
my
anybody
own?
actually
She
be?
has agency of her body now. But
Abi?
Nigerians now, that was Nigerians' problem with her, that she's making a mockery of women who genuinely have fertility issues. So that is why they were doing the song and dance with Dang. Is not is the reason. Then someone now said that she had written before that she has an abnormal fear of being pregnant.
Yes, I
That
remember
she had
reading that.
written
Yeah.
about it before. That she has an abnormal fear. There's a name for it. Something like
Mm,
bordering on a mental
mm.
health issue. That she has an abnormal. But when she came out, she didn't say that she had an abnormal fear. She just said, "I don't want to carry a baby. I'm going to do surrogacy. I can afford it." And people were up in arms. They were saying, "Eh." She said she would do surrogacy for the fun of it. Hey, Sodika Sai, thank you. Thank you. They felt she had no empathy for those who had medical challenges, and they felt that she was trivializing it. We Nigerians, we can major in the minor.
Do you
It's her
understand?
body, it's her money. She's not asking you to donate your stomach or your womb for her. You know,
But the
I
thing about
remember
it,
I
Sorry
remember
to interrupt you.
when this
Sorry to interrupt you.
lady, that
Yeah.
lady that said she was waking up, that lady that said her husband had a friend in the office that was giving him food, and she brought two
Oh,
spoons. That was
she
when she
bought.
started waking up to be cooking. And Nigerian women were saying, she'll now make other married women start waking up. She'll now make married men demand that their wives.
Yeah.
I was like, really? So because somebody said something somewhere, my husband will now wake me up at 4 o'clock and say, "Go and cook for me." He dey craze.
I'm telling you,
He
it's
dey
like
craze. And I said,
Oyedi
this
just
is
said. I'm just going to read something Oyedi wrote. She said about basically I'm too posh to push. And
to push.
to be fair, when I remember Victoria Beckham being
No,
called too posh.
her own was CS. Her own
That's what
was
I'm saying. But that's what I was going to, because I'm just like, we penalize women who have CS. We penalize women who don't want to push. We penalize women who want to go through IVF. We penalize people that want to do surrogacy. I'm like, who the sure, I have to say, who the F do you people think you are? I'm sorry, but who the F do you people think you are? My desire to have a baby through however I have a baby does not negate my empathy for anybody else.
Exactly. Like they were saying that that woman that said that she wakes up. I said it is her choice. As long as her husband is not waking her up to go and cook at 6 a.m. You think it's stupid, but to her it's not stupid. Igbo people say, oh, Sondi or Wendy. What is Yoruba people say, what is facing me is backing you. You understand? So why would Dang's desire to not push and to not carry a pregnancy, why should it mean that she's trivializing other people's pain? Why?
The absence of one thing is not the presence of another.
Exactly. And two things can exist together. She can decide not to have a baby, and people that want to have it can decide they want to have it. You know?
Because truth of matter is that let's be realistic. Most people, no, okay, let me not say that, because I'm going to, this is generalizing, which people might not like. But what I'm saying is that sometimes we don't understand we can't even empathize with people who do not have children until you've gone through that journey. The empathy is different. You can sympathize, you can't empathize, because they're two different things. Yes. You cannot empathize. If you had a baby, they knock you, you have baby, sharp. You can never empathize with someone who is struggling to conceive. You can sympathize, but you have not walked in their shoe. So first of all, people even have to understand the distinction between language, first and foremost, even be running somebody down whether or not they can empathize or not. And it's like, come on, people. You know, you're not even saying whether the person is going to be a good mother or a bad mother. You're worried about how the baby came into their stomach and how they bring it out. Seriously. It just doesn't make sense to me at all.
It's always women that are always castigating. It's always women, except men like Buchi that likes to cho into women's affairs.
But okay, you know, we didn't drill down into what Solomon Buchi said.
Buchi said that he's happy for her, but she should have disclosed that what has Jesus got to do with it? That it's got nothing to do with Jesus. That she shouldn't. Buchi was coming from a spiritual angle, like, this is not Jesus. Don't come and call Jesus.
But no offense, but technically, in the technical way, he's right now.
Yes, he is, but it's just because that guy just likes to do cho, and that thing that he's done now is going to result in his wife being dragged. You understand?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that Mrs. Solomon Buchi, I can bet you that her and her husband sit down and discuss what he talks about.
You reckon?
I'm telling you, there is, if not the for separate. You see, me, I've.
You don't know that. She might be a timid person. You don't know that.
Excuse me.
You know her personally.
I don't know her personally, but I remember reading a lot of things saying that she might have chilled a bit, but she was quite in the whole social media thing before. So unless you're comparing her to Daniel, what's that actor's name, and his wife that has now, that all she talks about is her husband. But realistically, any social media creator who is not talking with his partner before coming out is stupid. And I'm telling you that those two people, they are very much in tune, entwined with everything that man comes out to say. Very much so. Because the truth of the matter, you build on controversy. He's not in. He's building on controversy. When she met him, he was.
Remember that obnoxious woman? She's cooled down now. That obnoxious woman here. She built her brand on being obnoxious. One white woman like that. She now went and made false accusation about a trans person, and the person said she should apologize. She should admit she was wrong and apologize, and she refused to. And the person then took her to court, and the court slammed her with a very, very heavy fine that meant that she had to sell her property to raise it. She went down after.
I can't remember. I don't even know. Oh God. Wasn't she the one that used to? She was on what's this program? She was on The Apprentice now.
I think so. Yeah.
What's her name? Is it
Kathy? Kathy.
Yeah, I think that's her name.
Very obnoxious, and I think that is what Solomon is on about. I think he's building his brand of which kind of stick I go use like this. That's making me look like.
But the tip is, if we're being honest, yeah, as long as he doesn't slander and he doesn't, defame, the truth of the matter is that what he said, yes, I get that he's talking about women's thing, so we have issue with it, but he's right. We should not be spiritualizing something that you did scientifically. Let's not. Yes, you can thank God, but give full information, which is this is the journey I did, and as people have said, is she has come out and said, yes, I'm doing this journey and this is the journey. Give people, because you're coming, why give half story? No, they give half story now. You can't tell us when you do nyash, but no one can tell us when you get belly. You say, oh God, praise the Lord. It doesn't work. I don't understand that logic, if I'm being honest. Let's not forget the comments.
What is that one rubbed you some sort of way? Why do you say that? Uchi's wife is always receiving stray bullets on a steady. You know why I think that she may not be in the loop with it. From our, you know me, that time I will be on social media. Oh, live to live. You understand? My focus was on physical abuse because that is the experience that I had with Toby's dad. I was not sensitive about financial abuse and psychological abuse. I was not. It was when my marriage ended and I was having therapy that the therapist told me that what had gone on in my marriage was abuse. I didn't know. And there was I on social media shouting, live to live. Don't, It could just be that this girl does not, my therapist told me that we come to life with an empty toolbox. This is our experiences that form the tools that we now put in the toolbox, so that if those kind of situations come up again, we now have the tools to handle it, to deal with it. So because I hadn't faced financial abuse before and psychological abuse, the only tool I had was for physical abuse. It could just be that Buchi's wife is not equipped, to handle this situation.
Okay.
Husband.
Without deviating too far from what we're discussing, what we're talking about is a man who comes with a microphone, wearing a fedora, and goes into women's issues. The people who are dragging her are the people that are watching. Yeah, he's not dragging her. He's not dragging his wife.
Yeah, he's talking about knows that she's going to be dragged by his issues.
Yes, he knows. But you see, the thing about it is that what I'm saying is that there's so many couples on Facebook who their wives. Okay, so say for instance, like MC Mbaka or whatever his name is, that somebody said, oh, his wife was not decently dressed because she was wearing some sort of outfit. He now used that to do content for this, making her now.
Mimbi, magical world. Thank you.
So what I'm saying is that sometimes there is strategy to how people want to operate. There is strategy in it. They are a unit. There is nothing to suggest if he was talking about her. He's decided that I want to blaze my platform on this, and I know I have a wife. She probably is the one that is even writing the issues for him, for all we know. Say, oh, babe, this is how you should talk about it. Yes, they're going to drag me. She doesn't need to say anything, because whether he makes 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds, whatever, his platform is growing as it is growing, and he's pivoted from what he was doing before. But he's always been a controversial individual. So when she married him, she knew he was controversial. She's just saying, you know what, the people to target now, women. That's all that's how I see it. I don't see it as she's collecting straight bullet, but it's like, babe, this is what's going to happen if we go down this road. No shakings, which one concern me? I'm doing my thing. I'm going to work, I'm doing my whatever, that kind of thing. So for me, I see that this is how they have decided that Solomon Bucci is going to be, and they are doing it as a unit, and she's behind the scenes helping him to do everything behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. The day that she's not happy again, they will pivot and do something else. That just happens. Because women, we are an amazing creatures. We are amazing creatures.
Yes,
there's so there's so many things that we do that may not make sense to somebody else, but there's method to the madness, or the madness as the advert is. Yeah. So I see oh yeah, did Oyedi answer your question? Because they said I do have an issue with someone saying that they will pay for surrogacy even if they haven't any issue medically. But why? I don't understand.
Why do you have an issue with it?
I don't understand that. I don't get that. It will be interesting.
Why do you have an issue? It's her money, it's her body or not body.
And truth of matters, I'm no offense, but the person that is saying yes, are they not getting money for it? Is it free? I don't understand. That bit of it. I know people say,
the carrier.
No, as in the person carrying the baby. They're not doing it because they are being altruistic.
No, Toke is carrying her baby. Somebody's
D said that she has a problem with someone saying they're going to pay for someone to carry their baby. And I'm like, but the person they are paying is not doing it for free.
It's not doing it for free now.
So I don't understand where
it's a win-win.
To me, that's how I see it. But some people say there's exploitation. I'm like, okay.
How is it exploitation when they weren't forced? The only thing that will make it probably exploitation is if they are not paid well and the contract is not favorable. But it's up to the person carrying to decide to get a lawyer to find co-meet. If they don't do that, then it's nobody's fault that they will exploit. But the idea itself is not exploitative. The idea of carrying somebody's baby, whether the person who owns the baby wants to carry it or not, is not exploitative.
I know. Yeah, OAD says she's put more, but I can't see that at the moment. I guess I have to expand it. But it would be nice to kind of just see what the reason is, because it's interesting, because there might be a perspective that I haven't considered in the exploitation of it. But I'm just like, if you're being paid, what? Okay, so this is exploitation. But well, it would be nice to understand, because we are all here to learn. Because I have my opinion, everybody has their opinion. So, but but it's interesting that I'm
she's making that decision on the back of having the resources. Yes, that's why we work, so that we can make decisions and pay for things.
I don't understand though. I have money.
Do you know when Dank started? I knew her from when she was anonymous. This girl started like 15 years ago. And she has put in the work. Consistency. I remember the first time she got into an airplane, she went to Zanzibar the first time. So she's now able to pay for somebody to carry. Who is exploiting who? Thank you. The new fear is the fact that the process is going to be, it's already expensive. It's not a walk in the park.
And it should be expensive, because to carry somebody's baby for 9 months, is there a walk in the park? It's difficult now.
You put my friend who had a surrogate carry her child. And the thing is, if you're going to be a surrogate, you must have had your children. You must have been done with childbearing. Sure, it's not like somebody that's never had the children, or somebody that still wants to have more children. No, you must have been done with their own childbearing. The woman that did surrogacy for my friend, that carried my friend's baby, she almost died. They had to take out her womb to save her life. Wow. She can't have any more children. So that kind of person, if she decides that it's 20 million, she will take. You understand?
No, forget that.
You see, because we get pregnant and we come out with joyful results, we don't understand that being pregnant is literally walking through the valley of the shadow of death. So if it's going to be expensive, it is worth it. It is not because of dang that's going to be expensive.
So
It's
so
going to be
so
expensive.
Oyedi
Yes.
says something. She's making the decision. Yeah, you're right. She's making. Would she have done it if she didn't have the resources? But it's like asking me, would I buy a Ferrari if I didn't have the resources? I'm not gonna buy Ferrari now if I don't get resources. But if I can, it's car, not car.
And
Car
why
is
have I been working? Why have I been working?
exactly.
If not to be able to buy why are you working, Oyedi? Why are you working? If not to be able to buy the things that you want to buy.
Why are you going to first class? You can say in economy now. Is it not going to arrive at the same time?
You need
But,
though.
you know, but the reality is okay. I can understand. For a young girl who's never had a baby before, she's desperate. You
And they
then
won't
don't
use those
pay her,
women. They won't
and
use
you
them.
don't pay her market rate. Now I have a problem with that.
They will not use anybody who's not done with childbearing. They won't.
So those are using the people, then that's just wrong, full stop. So I can kind of understand that. But if I'm going through a proper agency with someone who needs the money, they've finished having children, for some reason enjoys being pregnant, me, I didn't, enjoys being pregnant, and you're going to pay them the money, I don't understand the expectation.
Oyedi is just not on with this idea. She's saying it's flippant.
But what is
Okay, we got you.
what is flippant about? And this is where I would love to
He
have a
said this is not a Ferrari. Oh.
why is it?
Yvonne said is like asking why hire a cleaner when you know you can clean.
Do you understand? I don't. It's because it's a child. The issue isn't how the child comes. The issue is, can you be a good parent?
Oyedi say we are commodifying this big grammar. Oyedi,
But we are commodifying because the reality is that
commodifying human life.
it is money. But it is money. I'm sorry. Then why are you not going to IVF clinics and then saying to them, why are you charging to do IVF? Why are you not going to them and saying,
How
why are
long
you
is the
charging?
string?
Why?
Where are we
Do you
going to
understand?
stop?
Because it is an expensive process. It's not
No,
like
Oyedi, they don't use fresh women. My friend had her surrogacy in Nigeria. They don't use fresh women. Go and ask. They always use women who have finished. I think you are confusing egg donation. Egg donation is, they use.
why would I fresh? How is the evidence that you're going to give me baby if I've not seen that you've had baby before? That don't even make sense to me, Seth.
No, they don't. Oyedi, for surrogacy to carry somebody else's pregnancy, they use women that are done with childbearing.
She's going to chat on Facebook.
You can come online. Oyedi, you can come online.
So you're gonna have to send her the same link you sent me. I'm assuming.
Yes.
I think.
How do I send it to her now?
So
Let me see if I can respond to her. Oyedi. How?
I don't know if you can. I don't know. Oh, what does that mean?
Okay, Oyedi, I've put the link there. You can join us with that link.
If you're able to. So the thing about it is that
yes, it's a long. Oyedi, you can join us with the link. I've put the link there.
I'm mad. But the thing about it is that everything is commercialized. The reality is everything is commercialized. So we cannot pretend it's not. Why is it exploitative that the IVF clinic will not give you a refund if the egg no gel? They don't give you a refund though. Let's not forget that. They don't give you a refund. If they give you a refund, then it's fine. They don't give you a refund. If it doesn't work, you pay for another round of IVF. With the heartbreak, the broken promises, the child that could have been. But you're not calling them exploitative. So if I have a problem with not paying people the right money.
Oyedi is on.
Hello, aunties.
Hello.
Hello, Oyedi.
Absolutely not having this.
That's why.
No.
Yvonne, do you want to come on? Yvonne.
Am I on already?
Yeah,
yes, you are now.
Yeah. No, I'm not having this one. I'm sorry. I love you both and I love that woman. But when I heard that statement, I just was like, no. I don't like that she was being dragged, and I am a very quiet one. When something doesn't go well with me, I just waka pass. because on social media, people will say things and you don't know what you're doing to other people's mental health. So no be my business, no be my picking, no be my body, so I just keep it moving. But I just didn't like it at all. Like, I understand, and I wrote that in the chat, right? If she, and you're saying, oh, she worked hard for her money, I understand that. And that's where the exploitativeness comes in. If someone has money and they can pay for it, so I'm going to pay for it. I'm not going to use my body. I understand that you did mention that there was talks about, okay, maybe she has this excessive, let's remove the person. So not talking about Dang now. Let's assume this is somebody else, because it's not a personal thing. It's just the thought of it for me, really. So it's not a personal thing towards her. It's just the thought of it that I have the money, I can pay for it. I get it.
Someone said Duchess will cover for us.
But if you did not have the money, is that the same decision you're going to make? That's because look at it, for example. No, wait. Don't be flabbergasted or be like, oh, what am I saying? Okay, so there are women who cannot have these babies for medical reasons or otherwise, or as God wants it, right? And they would go and look for money. They would do everything possible to look. In fact, some people go illegally to try and get money. And this is because of the wish. But for someone to say, I have the means and I'm not even going to try on my own. Okay, maybe she has other psychological issues where maybe
let's even say she doesn't have psychological.
If she doesn't, then it is commodifying humans. You're telling me that I'm going to pay someone else to carry my baby. Okay? I don't care what happens to that person. Like you said in another earlier, you said somebody almost died.
She didn't say she didn't care.
No. I'm not talking about the person. I'm not talking about her now. I'm talking in a general term, please. So this is somebody saying, because if you do care, really, if you do care, then why are you paying for it? This is something that comes to you naturally. You haven't even tried it. You're telling me that I'm going to just go ahead and pay for it. I won't try it. I won't make the effort. I'm just going to bench and enjoy myself. The end product of my benching, I do not want to take care of. Let somebody else deal with that. So that other person who has been birthing, let's even assume I've finished birthing. I have 3 children of my own. I've finished birthing. I'm still young enough, right, to birth another. Then I go and birth for someone else. And because of this, my womb gets removed. Because of this, I almost die in labor. Because of this, just because you're going to give me a few 1,000 quids or million quids, like seriously, it just doesn't sound right. Let every woman try if they can. If you can't, then go ahead. But then coming publicly to say that as a public figure, can sound some sort of way. I mean, it just sounds elitist to me.
Let me. So okay,
elitist.
And that for the most part sounds like that's not what she's on about. So I think the bashing, if we go back to Dang now, the bashing is coming on the back of that. Yeah,
because of her brand.
Exactly. It's coming on the back of that. Because you're standing for women and you're telling me that I'm going to pay another woman to do this for me. I'm going to outsource. You can outsource cooking. You can outsource clinical. You can outsource cleaning house. But you have not even tried it.
But excuse me, but who? And sorry, I'm going to say something, but it's not to you. Really.
Yeah, I get it.
But let's even, as we're saying, let's take away whoever Dang or everybody. Let's take away everybody. Yeah. The fact remains that who the hell is anybody to tell another person that they must try to carry a child? Why?
Okay. Who the hell is anybody to come publicly and say I'm going to do this? If we're going to curse at the person
but I agree with you. The reality is that
if you're going to do it, go ahead and do it. Don't make a public show of it.
I agree with you.
Like you are saying, we will just go ahead and be paying all the too late.
I'm sorry, but if Sikira says she wants, excuse me, if Sikira is going to make 5 million, 10 million, that
Oh,
you
yeah, this is vexed, though.
I am vexed. I'm actually shaking. It does because it is exploitation. Because it's because the other woman does not have the resources. You think me
She has the
living
right
in
to
my
say no.
own house here, I'm
She
going
has
to
the
get
right to
someone.
say no.
She had. Is that one? Any
Right to
woman
say
can
no.
do it now. Nobody is forced.
Look at me. Look at me. I have 3 children. Okay, and I don't know how easy it is for other people, but I would say it was easy for me. To the point that I even had a baby at home by
Stop.
myself.
Stop.
That's to show you. I even thought about being a surrogate to someone close to me at some point. You understand? So it's not like I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue even in someone being a surrogate and all that.
You
But
just have
one
an issue
public
with the
person,
choice that she
it's
decided.
just the sound of it to my ears. Me need try. I won't give it a go. Because, okay, if I look at it from the angle of maybe psychologically or whatever, she's going through something about the innate fear, being koko. But again, as a public person, it gives off that Sherry Bobo, let's just go ahead and just go and pay for it and not be bothered. It's
But
okay.
no,
You
no,
have a
but
huge following.
that
That's
sounds
how it
like
sounds to me.
see that to me that sounds like hating on rich people. I'm sorry, but that sounds like
It's
hating on
not
rich
See,
people.
eating.
and
No,
then this thing
it's not.
about
See, it's not eating.
you
We're talking
know,
about human beings. We're talking about
when
someone
I,
having
on
a baby.
my old profile, if I did some things, some people will say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You have a huge following, so I shouldn't live my life because
You
of
live
huge
your life,
following."
but
Is anybody?
which things did you do?
Oh
Because
yeah,
now I've been
you
following
don't.
you since
Do you know how many
February.
things that? No, oh yeah, do you know how many things that they will come and tell me that you have a huge following? You shouldn't be doing this.
The
You
only
shouldn't.
things me I thought you shouldn't do is fighting people sometimes. You used to respond to some idiots. You know what they might be. Why are you answering this nonsense?
Let's not digress. Let's not
It's not
digress.
even.
Let's not even
See, I don't
digress.
even fight again. Actually, we'll meet here.
You
I
do
don't
not
fight
have
again.
time, and that's what I
I've
like.
changed. I've changed. I'm born
Let's
again.
not digress.
But
So
Okay,
because
let's go back
let's
in
not
no,
there.
digress. Let's not
it's
digress.
different things that I do. For example, if I criticize somebody, and you know me, sometimes I don't have filters like this program. They'll come and say, "Oh, I shouldn't be talking like that because I have lots of followership. I will influence people to start." I'll be like, nobody is a child here. Nobody is influencing anybody that doesn't want to be influenced. Forget about this calling somebody an influencer. You cannot influence me to do what I don't want to do. When I was very pro this one, they'll say I was forcing women, I was influencing women to leave their husbands. There's no happy woman that will be influenced by somebody on social media. So there is no person that's going to carry a surrogate, that's going to be a surrogate, or that's going to go and start being because Dan did it. No.
Emma Sobel. We like to do now everybody's carrying Becky bag. But yeah, they have enough money or not. But yeah, is on their neck or not, they are doing.
And that's
Everybody's
their
carrying
Because
problem.
it.
some
Are you
people are
carrying a Birkin bag?
influencing it. Eh?
Are you carrying a Birkin bag?
I'm not because I can't afford it.
Because
But my
you're not
point is,
influenced by
my
people that
point
are
is,
carrying.
everything we do you speak a bit of Yoruba? Everything we like to cash
She
out.
doesn't speak, but she understands.
Everything we like
Abi?
to cash out. We like to copy.
See, but excuse me,
So
but you have
somebody
to
will
own
now
your
copy a
choice.
matter of life and death
Your
because
choice.
Dan did it.
They will. Somebody may. I'm not saying they
So
will.
how is that
Somebody-
Dan's fault
But
that they are stupid?
that's not even my thing. The thing is, I just personally, like I said, it just brought me some kind of way.
I'm
I
sorry.
It's
really
fine.
felt like-
It's your prerogative, but don't come and place a heavy burden on
I'm
Dan.
not placing anybody on. Did that for her in particular? I just walked past. I love her. I love everything that she does. I saw this one and I was like, "Eleo sound right to me. Let me keep it moving."
But the thing about it is that I just think that we are focused. So I get it because you're saying we're commercializing a human being because a baby is a human being. But the reality is that we are not even bothered that poor people who have no money, who can't afford it, are having 12 children and bringing 12 children.
12 children.
And they put people into the world. That's where my problem is. So if you don't have money and somebody's paying you because you happen to be fertile, they've gone through the checks and they're able to give you, and you're going to able to carry a child, and they pay you so that you can feed the 3 that you have, or the 4 or the 5. Why am I going to be bothered about that when at the moment you are going around begging for money to feed your children?
Urgent 2,000.
Why? I don't understand that. Me, I have a problem with people who are producing care. You don't have money. Every time you knock, you born. You say, oh, it's the doing of the Lord. But you won't go and do family planning. I don't understand that.
That is an issue.
Personally, definitely it is an issue, and it is also very irresponsible for both the male and the female and all of that. And I get it. But we should. I don't think that those two things they don't compare. We can't be comparing somebody continually having babies and somebody paying for it more.
It's the same human life. It's the same,
but she's doing it by herself. Just like you said, this person can pay money and go ahead.
Excuse me, so let the person that is knocking anyhow go and get her husband to have a vasectomy and stop knocking and producing.
What's your question again? Sorry. How did you place that question again to me?
Why are we focused on somebody who has the means to pay to have a child because she doesn't want to carry a child? Why are we so bothered about the means of the child coming into the world when actually there are people who are bringing children into this world who do not have the means to take care of that child mentally, physically, and emotionally? Why are we don't have a problem with it. We don't have any problem. No, if I were having that topic now, you probably wouldn't be on your live. But we're having a problem with somebody who says, I don't
No.
So you would have come on the live.
I will be. The people that I know personally, I would ask them, even if you have only 2 or 3 children that I know of, and I know you are struggling, the day you tell me that you are expecting another, I will ask you what your plan in your life is. So no, I would have a problem.
You tell them to remove it
because I do.
This is not a Yoruba program.
I know. I would not say this one in Yoruba.
My
point is, if you would accept you, that would be my advice. Don't do it. Because at the end of the day, you are still begging for urgent 2K. Why are you having several other children? Why are you being irresponsible to yourself and to these children? Because if you have another one, you are endangering their lives. Come the day they need to go to hospital, you have a problem in your hand. You can't feed them properly. You can't even care for them properly. You are not of even good mental state. So no, definitely I will have an issue with it. That's not the topic today. My topic today, and why I said it's an issue for me, anyway, it's not an issue for me. What's my own? You can spend their money as you like, or anybody else for that matter can spend their money as they like, as they please. It just didn't go down well with me personally, and that's it. And like I said, I kept it moving.
No, and the thing about it, and I respect that, and it's true. But the thing, and I understand, and I guess the real reason what I wanted to understand was the exploitation of it, and I understand where you're coming from because he's a human being, he's a child. You know, we don't buy and sell children.
That's it. That's how it sounded like here, because we are commodifying this thing. Yes, that thing was created. No, it was created for the purposes of when people have issues. I believe that's why it was created. I don't know.
But something can be created for something and still be used for another thing.
Yes,
okay, but Monjaro, Ozempic was created for diabetics and is useful for weight loss.
Yeah, but would people just generally go to their doctor and say, I need for weight loss, and it will be given?
If it wasn't prescription based, they would.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't want to get involved in something I don't know. No, but what I'm saying is that the thing is that we also cannot take away the human desires. That's the reality. We can't take away human desires.
Definitely.
And I wish desire is I don't want to push because of whatever reason. I don't want to have my stomach cut. I don't want to have my stomach protruding. I don't want to even go 9 months of my body changing and the psychological and the physical effects of having a child.
Can I quickly come in here? Do you know that when a friend of mine, before I had Toby, she had her son before I had Toby. Toby is 21 now. So her son will be like 24, 25. She said then that she wished that if she could have someone carry her pregnancy for her, And then at the end of the 9 months, deliver the baby and she'll go and pick it up. She will do it. Obviously, some 25 years ago, surrogacy wasn't developed like this. But I'm telling you that a lot of people will do this thing, not because Dang is saying she can do it. A lot of people will do it if they could. Dang said her own out, hold her. Who knows how many women have already done it and haven't said anything about it?
Well,
Dang decided to create a conversation around this one. No.
See, definitely. You know, and Ife is all about, you know, starting conversations, creating conversation. For all we know, she might not even do it. She might just have said that, like you said, with what your friend,
she's probably doing it just for conversation.
Exactly, which what your friend said, it might be a conversation that has happened around her, and just like you yourself, that you start conversations, you may say this just to start a conversation, and we will hear more people. And I'm very sure in the myriad of comments that came up on that page, there will be quite a lot that would be in support of it and wish they could do it. So yes, definitely conversation starters, and letting all of us, you know, have a conversation around topics like this, and where A and B comes from as well. While what you guys are saying is not wrong, because from looking at it from one perspective, it's right, because it favors the people who want to do it. It favors one on the side of the person who wants to carry baby for baby's sake, and on the side of the person who wants to, you know, who wants to be
who
paid
doesn't
for
want
it.
To carry baby for
Yeah,
baby
do you understand? It favors both of them perfectly. And then again, from my side, I believe I'm not wrong either, because you're thinking about the exploitative part of it, the commodifying, because more people will want to put themselves, even if they don't have the power or the physical, you know, wellness to go through it, they will still want to do it because they will see it as a money making opportunity. I don't know how. I've never.
It's a very stringent process, so
it's
a very stringent process. People can't just become surrogates just like that.
I believe you're talking about Europe and
even Nigeria.
No, Auntie,
Nigeria.
No,
it's a very, very well developed.
You know some in Nigeria. I am watching the stations, Nigerian TV stations, on talk shows, and I've seen several times. I do not wish to mention the name of the channel, that they've come and brought experts and they will be advocating. They are even talking about bringing it to the Senate in the House of Rep. In the last couple of weeks, they were talking about recently. There is no proper regulation on this thing. I'm serious. People, okay, what about the one? You mentioned that lady's name. Somebody mentioned it, I think Sister Iphie. You mentioned someone's name that came out that somebody said, oh, they carry baby for her and all of that. It's all part of this, something not being regulated. Like, you agree to go and, you know, people are doing these things. There's so many things people are doing just because of finances. They are not going through the right channels. They are exploiting other people and all of that. And again, I'm very certain that this woman we're talking about, Dan, she wouldn't do that, and she wouldn't go in that route. She would probably do it the right way if she ever did do it anyway. But I'm just talking about the general term of it, because, you know, as people are buying gold, people are buying normal metal. So people are copying and doing and all of that. So when she's talking about the regulated and doing things right, there will be those people in the bottom who are just like, you know what? I mean, they don't have even the money to pay themselves if they were to pay themselves for it, let alone pay another person. But yet they will still copy. And there will be the people in their own bracket that would be willing to take 200,000 for this thing. Because somebody who needs urgent 2K today and tomorrow, if they give them 200,000, they will take it. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying about. So just saying something like, I do not wish to do it because I have the money. How much money do you have? Show it the Dangote. Like, people will pay somebody 1 million. Like that one that came out and was saying somebody asked her and she eventually lost the baby and all of that. Number one, obviously, there was no, if that was true, that is, there was no paperwork or proper documentation of this thing in the first place. That's why it's becoming to something in social media. And even if that situation didn't happen, if this was just whatever it is, somebody just coming to spoil somebody's name, there is likelihood that this kind of situation will happen. Because why are we hearing about baby factories? Why are we hearing those kind of things? Do you understand? Like, people are doing all sorts of unscrupulous things. So when people in high places come out and say something, if you want to do it in your own garden. That is if you are really going to do it. But if it's a conversation starter, we're all for it. Let's have that conversation. Let all the people who are for it go for it. Like, talk about the, for it, like we do in debate, the for it and the against it. Let us all talk. Let's have that conversation. Maybe we'll change somebody's mind. Maybe we'll also change people's mind to behave better, to respect it for what it is. But if it is just a thing of, oh, because she has money, I've worked for the money. Yes, you have worked for your money. And your money is supposed to buy you bags and books and houses and fly about. But baby, somebody's room, hey, Jonah, stop.
Well, I guess that's where the ethics comes into play. It's not about whether it's illegal or not. It's about the ethics about what we're doing, because there's somebody also that is ethical about IVF as well, and just saying, IVF is not ethical. You should do it God's way. You should wait for God's blessing and not to. So so reality is.
Oh yeah, that thing you said about a desperate woman collecting 200,000. Desperate woman will still collect 200,000 from a woman who is medically unable to have children.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She would collect it from anywhere and everywhere. It wouldn't matter. No, but what I'm saying is, how much is 200,000? If we were to talk about, it's because they have money that they want to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just that they will just, like, people will be paid peanuts. If she was earning good money from it, even if she's being exploited and she's happy to be exploited, fine. But when you hear those kind of things, somebody came out, because I saw the comment section of this particular one that somebody came and was saying someone didn't pay her and all of that. And it was a whole load of 1 million. 1 million. If you convert that to, other currencies, it's like play money that cannot even pay your house rent. You are using it to do a whole 9 months of your life that you don't know if you will survive. Like, all sorts of things can happen.
True, but the same thing is, a driver who is driving a tanker doesn't make 1 million in 9 months and also can die. Let's be honest. If we're really going to go there, anybody can die at any given time doing whatever, and a driver definitely does not make 1 million naira. So us saying, oh, how much is 1 million? There are a lot of people that are not making 1 million salary, and they're doing things that are more dangerous.
Okay.
So let's be pragmatic about how we're saying things, because if someone is paying you 1 million and they want their child, they will make sure you're going to the doctor. They make sure you're taking vitamins. They're making sure that if we want to go commercial, their product is being taken care of. So they're going to invest in you, and you're probably getting more health. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that the salary of Nigerian people doing more dangerous things, they're not getting 1 million. So let's not act like childbearing is the most dangerous thing to do. It's dangerous, but people, they do on a regular, and they don't even get 50 in their accounts. So so let's balance it out.
But that's the difference in that, is that we're talking about human life here. 2 of them involved in this case, the woman and the child. It's not comparable to doing paid work. Like, it's not even meant to be referred. It's not even meant to be referred to as something you're paying for, because as far as I know, I'm not sure, I believe this is what it is. If you're doing surrogacy, it's not even supposed to be like, I'm paying you this for surrogacy. The idea, at least in this side of the world, is to say that the surrogate is being taken care of. You are not going to say, I'm paying you 5 million, 10 million. You don't say that. You are not allowed to say that. Yes. You will take care of them. You cover their housing, their medicals, and all that. You're not allowed to say, I'm paying you for this,
But let's be realistic. Yeah, if I'm pregnant today, I can still work. If someone is paying my house rent, that means my salary is not going towards my house rent. So
I know.
Directly. Yeah. So because of the context of the law, we can use words semantically.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But it's different. See, it's different from where we come from, though. They actually say they are paying you for this. They don't say the way we are saying.
If I pay you 1 million naira, 1 million naira divided by 12 by 9, is more money than if I'm exploiting you is more money than if you were doing even security work, where you will take a bullet for somebody. I'm just saying, I'm just calling it as it is. I'm not talking
Okay,
about
I don't. That one is slave labor. It's not. That one is no
how is
longer
this
a
slave
job.
labor?
How can you pay someone 1 million a year for security job?
So you think they're being paid more?
I think the point is that for a security job, there is no amount of money that should even compensate, because if person chop bullets, you chop bullets with that.
You won't die with that now. But then I'm telling you, you cannot tell me that security people, the police, are they being paid 1 million a year?
Firefighters that risk their
Are they
life.
paying 1 million? Come on, let's be real.
Are you saying they don't get up to 1 million a year?
Auntie, please go and do your research. I'm not even
so that means they don't get 120,000.
I don't know, but we know that firefighters, police are notoriously poorly paid. Not just in
but
Nigeria.
poorly paid these days in Nigeria, 100,000 a year, a month, something like that's what you're saying.
Auntie,
no, I'm sure they are paying. They are definitely being paid up to 100,000.
If police is getting 120,000 a month, please, why are they doing checkpoints every time?
Auntie, don't talk that one.
No, but I'm asking a question.
I don't know, but people are greedy. If you don't want to, if that thing does not pay you, leave it. There's other jobs in the world. Personally, I know they are underpaid. There's been, touted around as being underpaid and all of that. But my point on this is we do need security and government needs to do better. Having said that, if you chose to stay in that job, stay in that job. That's not an excuse for you to be on the road, extorting other people. It's not.
I'm not. But what I'm saying, let's forget even the what's the word I'm looking for? The exploitative nature of that. What I'm saying is that if you are doing a job that you are going to take a bullet for somebody, and you're saying that even if they're being paid 200,000, I'm sorry, that's not enough money to pay me to take a bullet. But you're not saying that I'm exploiting you, that I'm paying you 120 to carry a baby in your stomach, and I'm paying your medical bills, I'm paying your food, I'm paying your medicine, and you're telling me that I'm exploiting you when I'm paying you a certain amount of money. Me, I don't understand though. I'm not being.
You need to. It's not allowed though. You're not supposed to. See, I don't know.
Okay. So let me look. So no,
I think we have overflowed this matter. I definitely don't agree to.
We don't even have time to discuss the other thing we want to discuss.
Hold on, let me just say something quickly, and I will stop here. I just went online to kind of check, and I went to the Nigerian search guide on salary. A constable in Nigeria is paid 51,000 a month.
So okay, even though minimum wage is now 70,000. I don't think
even if it's 70,000. So a sergeant is being paid 55,000. I wish there's some people that will come and say how much they're being paid for.
I wish they would, because I don't think that is right. Because police is a federal government job and minimum wage is 70. So that's probably from a few years ago.
Even if it's minimum wage is 70 to collect a bullet for somebody. Come on.
No, but minimum wage, the last minimum wage prior to this was 30. So if they were getting 55,
Nigeria are not paying their teachers, though. People are not getting salary. People
anyway, I still don't think that's the reason to have a for anyone. Anyway,
we won't agree on this thing.
We won't agree. I totally wouldn't agree.
This conversation is not about agreement. It's about expression of views. It's not about agreement.
Of a view, definitely.
Agreement.
Definitely.
Because
if you're doing a great job, I got to go.
We got to go self.
Sorry, now I came and dragged this thing out with you. You were just tiring me in the comment section.
You like say Duchess is not happy.
No, I'm happy. Which one concerns better overload?
How can somebody be a Duchess and not be happy? Even the name is happiness.
No, I can't. The thing about it is that Nigeria in itself, if we're talking about Nigeria in itself is an exploitative nation.
And that's it. And do you know what I think, sis? Do you know what I think is? I think the reason the jump at her was about is because they know that if it is true that it's going to be done, it's probably in view of it happening in Nigeria. If it's in view of it happening in the abroad, it would not matter to anybody. Whatever you like, go and be doing. Do you understand? Because they know that you will pay for it properly. You will pay out of pocket a lot. it will do that. Do you understand? But I think the reason the whole thing is like a lot of brouhaha about it is because they believe that your sites are on using a Nigerian person doing it in Nigeria, and as such, you wouldn't pay as much as you would now that you are even no longer located in Nigeria. You get
Is
me?
she no longer
So
located in Nigeria?
no.
She
She
lives in
now
America.
lives in
She
the
has moved
US.
with her
Yeah,
husband.
yeah. She's
Was her
married
husband
now.
based in America?
No, she was the one
No,
based
they
in
both
America.
moved. They both relocated. So I
Yeah.
think that's really reason where that is coming from. But having said that, this is not about her person or her herself. It's just the thought of the idea. Okay, so I won't have my baby. I won't try it, and I would, and that's why I referred to the push to push thing. So it's not even just a Nigerian thing. You ladies were saying, oh, Nigerians are getting on her and on. Even Mrs. Beckham, who was thought to have had a CS because she didn't want to, she was referred to as being too push to push. I remember back then I was fairly new enough around here. So I kind of like got the story of that. Me, that time, self, me, I was like, Kilo coin, what's your business? If they want to cut her open, maybe she has used her belly to carry the baby. What's your own? Is she not the one that will still bear the pain? Why are you, castigating her for being open? And this is just because for someone that was going to be opened up. Oh. Not like she didn't even carry the baby. It's because it's not going to come through the other channel, and it will come through this channel. That was all she was being dragged for. And of course, we will not to get money. We too like to drag people we get money. We will just be dragging them, dragging. They drag the wig and the everything in her hair. Come on,
Yeah.
the hair extension which they use, they drag them that time. But that's basically what it was that time. Now imagine if someone like her or somebody in that level now makes this kind of statement, it will be dragged as well. It's not going to be let life follow like that.
No,
So I don't think it's only a Nigerian thing. I think it's a general women thing because everybody has an opinion about the thing.
of
Anyway,
course. No, I agree.
I salute aunties.
No, thank
Thank
you very
Okay.
you.
much.
We've done.
Thanks
We
for the
can't. We can't do
engagement.
the other topic now.
We'll do it next week.
We'll do it
That'll be
next week. That is if
yeah.
something else doesn't come up next week.
Okay, now.
Yvonne, Mimbi Magical. Who else is there? Mojisola. Um, who else is there? Oyedi is here. Who else? Okay, if I didn't give you a shout out, no vex. Thank you very Tochuku. Thank you very, very much for spending this 1 hour with us. We don't take it for granted. And
Absolutely.
hopefully we'll see you again next week. Please tell other people to tell other people.
Yes, so
Let's grow a community here.
exactly. So the thing, as you said, is unscripted. So the thing about it is that we're just going to discuss it as it is doing us. We're not saying we're right. We're not saying we're wrong. We're giving an opinion. Even myself and Hanti are not even going to agree sometimes. Sure, I think that the topic that we didn't do, we probably might not have even agreed on it, to be fair. But that's the beauty of having unscripted conversations, because it's about listening to everybody's opinion and for everyone to kind of leave here with something to think about. Because if you think about it, you may change your opinion. You might open your mind a little bit more and be receptive to diversity of opinion, because having diverse opinion doesn't make you lose out. It actually just makes you think
more
deeper,
informed,
think richer, and be more informed. And that's what we're hoping to do on various topics. So also send us messages
my loves.
as well.
See you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
Thank you. Have a lovely week ahead, a fulfilling and productive week ahead.
I'm prosperous, so if you do business.
And prosperous week as well.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ending the live stream. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.